Spiritual awakening isn't the calm enlightenment you see on social media. It's not all incense, meditation, and softly glowing auras. It's raw, it's painful, it's messy. And if you're going through it, you know exactly what I mean. This isn't a peaceful rise, it's a death and rebirth. At first, it often begins subtly, a restlessness, a feeling that something's off. You can't explain it, but the life you once tolerated now feels unbearable. Your job, your relationships, your habits, they all start to feel fake. You begin to question things you never dared question before, and just like that, your old self starts to crack. People think awakening is about becoming something new, but really it's about unbecoming everything you were told to be. The moment your soul begins to wake up, it doesn't whisper, it screams. It shakes the foundations of your reality. It calls out every lie you've lived by, every mask you've worn, every wound you've buried. And when this happens, it feels like your world is falling apart, but really it's falling into place. You see, awakening requires chaos. It requires destruction. It requires everything that's not real to collapse so that only the truth remains. That collapse, it hurts. You'll feel lost. You'll feel alone. People might say you've changed. They'll think you're cold, distant, even broken. But you're not. You're just shedding layers. You're not going crazy. You're just waking up. It's lonely at first. The people who once felt like home now feel like strangers. You may begin isolating, not out of fear, but because solitude becomes sacred. Silence becomes your teacher. Stillness becomes your sanctuary. During this phase, your shadow will rise. All your suppressed emotions, childhood wounds, false beliefs, they come roaring to the surface. The anger, the shame, the guilt. It's not because you're failing, it's because the truth wants to be free. Shadow work is not a side quest, it is the path. You must meet the parts of yourself you've disowned. You must feel everything you were taught to numb. This is the spiritual fire. It doesn't burn you to ashes, it burns you clean. And then comes ego death. The terrifying, beautiful surrender of who you thought you were. Your identity begins to dissolve. Your stories crumble. You no longer recognize the person in the mirror. This is where many give up, thinking they've lost themselves. But what they've really lost is the illusion. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you've always been. And that remembrance is painful. You will cry, not because you're weak, but because you're healing. You'll rage, not out of hatred, but because your soul is tired of being silenced. And yet, in the middle of that mess, there's magic. You'll start to see with new eyes. You'll notice synchronicities, feel energy, hear the whispers of your intuition again. You'll begin to understand that nothing was ever random. Even the pain had purpose. Awakening breaks you open, but it doesn't leave you shattered. It puts you back together with gold in the cracks, like kintsugi, like ancient pottery made more valuable by its damage. That's you. You are sacred because of what you've survived. The dark night of the soul might last months, even years. But every tear waters the roots of your new self. Every breakdown becomes a breakthrough. You'll stop chasing and start attracting. You'll stop pleasing and start living. You'll stop surviving and start being. And slowly the fog lifts. The world doesn't change, you do. You begin to see the divine in everything. The beauty in pain, the lessons in loss, the grace in imperfection. You'll look back and realize the mess was never a mistake. It was a metamorphosis. So if you're in the dark, trust it. If you're falling apart, allow it. If you're burning, don't run, rise. Because awakening isn't pretty, but it's real, and it's worth it.